Let's talk about two of the trickiest words for any English learner out there, make and do. They seem so simple, right? But using them correctly, well, that can be a real challenge. In the next few minutes, we are gonna crack that code for good.
It all starts with a simple, everyday sentence just like this one. We make tea, but we do housework. Why? They both sound like you're accomplishing something, but they're used in completely different ways. It's a subtle distinction for sure, but getting it right is absolutely key.
So what's the deal here? Why the different verbs? In many other languages, a single word covers both of these meanings. But in English, there's a specific logic behind the choice. Let's break it down.
And here's the good news. There's a simple principle that solves about 90% of the confusion. We're going to call it the golden rule.
Here it is, the core difference. Make is for creating or producing something that didn't exist a moment ago. Think of it as bringing something new into the world. Do, on the other hand, is for completing a task or an action that already exists. So, put simply, make creates, do completes. Let's see how this works in action.
First up, let's focus on make. I want you to think of yourself as a creator or a producer whenever you use this word.
The key idea here is always creation. It doesn't matter if it's a physical object, a sound, or even an abstract concept like a decision. If you're bringing it into existence, you're almost certainly using make.
In conversation, we're constantly creating things, aren't we? We're not just talking, we make an offer, we make a suggestion or a promise. And yeah, unfortunately, we sometimes make a mistake. In every single one of those cases, a new thing, the offer, the mistake, is being created.
This whole creation concept applies perfectly to business and money. You work to make a profit, or, hopefully not, make a loss. You make an investment to create future wealth. And hey, if all goes well, you might even make a fortune.
Okay, now let's flip to the other side of the coin, do. This one is all about action and completion. With do, you aren't creating something new. Nope, instead you're performing a pre-existing task or just engaging in an activity. You're getting something done. Just think about work or school. The homework already exists, right? Your job is to do it. The test is set. You just have to show up and do it. You don't create experiments from nothing. You do them to get a result.
And this applies perfectly to chores, which are all just established tasks. You do the shopping, you do the dishes, you do the ironing. It also extends to your performance. You do your best or you do good in the world.
All right, so you've got the golden rule down. But this is English we're talking about, so of course there are a few exceptions designed to keep us on our toes. But don't worry, they're actually pretty easy to remember once you see them.
Let's look at the trickiest ones. First, we do business, even though it feels creative. A great way to remember this is the common phrase, "It's a pleasure doing business with you." Next up, we make our bed. Even though it's a chore, this is a fixed phrase you just have to memorize. And finally, art and appearance. We do a drawing, or do our hair and makeup. For these, the trick is to think of them as the activity or the task of drawing or getting ready, rather than creating something brand new from scratch. So, how do we make all of this stick? Well, it all comes back to that one simple core idea we talked about.
Whenever you're stuck, just ask yourself this simple question. Am I creating something new here? If the answer is yes, use make. Am I just completing a pre-existing task? If yes, then use do.
And to really solidify this, here's a final thought for you. Based on what we've just covered, what is one thing you plan to make today and one thing you plan to do? Thinking about it in your own life is truly the best way to remember the difference.